Well, there's plenty going on today, so if you're thinking of going out, perhaps to one of those events that we've just mentioned, then here's the weather forecast for the area, and it's not too good. It'll be cloudy today, and there'll be spells of wet weather with some heavy rain. It'll become dry again later this evening. It's going to be cooler than yesterday, around 14 degrees centigrade, that's 57 degrees Fahrenheit, with a light or moderate northeasterly wind. Tonight will be dry with some mist and fog later. That's the weather, and it's the end of LWT information for this morning. There will be more, of course, next weekend. If you're organising an event which you'd like to be included in our What's On guide, then please write to LWT Information, London Weekend Television, Upper Ground, London SE 99 6YW. That address just once more, LWT Information, London Weekend Television, Upper Ground, London SE 99 6YW. Looking ahead, we've got plenty in store on London Weekend Television throughout the day. Later this afternoon at 4, animated antics with those Smurfs in their never-ending battle against the evil Gargamel. There's battle in Murphy's Mob at 4:30, all in the best possible team spirit, of course, as Dunmore United get on form to play the first match of the season. There are a few problems still to be ironed out, though, including Cassidy's banana shots. The play is at the dartboard at 5 as 3 contestants line up to throw for bullseye. At 5:30, Survival Special turns the spotlight for a change on the man behind the camera. We witness some of the terrifying hazards that a wildlife cameraman has to face in the course of his work. You see, it takes a very special person that can carry on with his job when being attacked by gorillas. We're very much back on home ground at 6:40, especially if you live in Scotland's Royal Deeside, because that's Harry Seacombe's port of call in Highway this week. At 7:15 it's opening time, and so we'll be off to the pub to have a knees up. Jeff Stevenson is the host of a lively half hour of laughs, jokes and sing-alongs, but there are no telling what could happen at 7:45 because it's...
Surprise, surprise, the show where anything can happen.
Once a year we lose our sense of this is mine. Once a year everyone's entitled to be wild, be a child, be a goose, break the roof. Once a year.
This week it could be your turn. Only one thing is certain. It's tonight, 7:45 on ITV.
Something else that's certain, at 9 o'clock, the professionals, and Susan Grant is more than surprised when some very uncanny events start to happen around her. CI5 become involved, and Bodie and Doyle are called in to investigate. It's Spitting Image at 10, with those rubbery faces of well-known politicians and celebrities, all together this evening for a party.
Hello, for this week's South Bank show we asked the great musical dramatist Stephen Sondheim to come to our studios and give a masterclass on the interpretation of some of his songs.
Listen everybody, look, I don't know what you're waiting for a wedding. What's a wedding? It's a prehistoric ritual where everybody promises fidelity forever, which is maybe the most...
Now, what you maybe just, I would know we're not staging this, but what you might do is just before you start that, you might take a little step forward and take them into your confidence so that he doesn't hear you and she doesn't hear you, see? Listen, it's go away, go away.
Just
take them into your
between you
confidence. Exactly.
That's Stephen Sondheim on this week's South Bank show.
And to round off the evening, after the London news headlines at 11:30, is the American documentary. It's a report on the problem of children running away from home. Well, that's the lineup, details of which, along with all other ITV programmes, can be found in the latest edition of TV Times magazine. Back to this morning on London Weekend Television, where right now we join Richard Hoggard for Writers on Writing.